in the middle of the jungle in Costa Rica, and I can't seem to find my way out. I just read sometimes you can see large felines like jaguars and pumas. What is that? You know, I have no idea where I am. Whoa!
Costa Rica. Located in the heart of Central America, Costa Rica is home to some of the planet's most beautiful ecosystems and species. At about 51,000 square kilometers in size, Costa Rica accounts for only 0.03% of the Earth's surface, but it's home to nearly 6% of the world's biodiversity. With ecosystems ranging from cloud forests up in the mountain to dense jungle to coral reefs, this country is the perfect breeding ground for nearly every animal you could possibly think of. Costa Rica is home to more than 9,000 different species of plants and boasts the perfect conditions for an extensive list of tropical fruit, and not to mention some of the world's best chocolate and coffee.
Doesn't get much better than this, I don't think.
Full of adventure, natural beauty, and a rich culture that celebrates living life to the fullest, Costa Rica is the fourth country on my journey to visit 100 and explore the incredible cultural diversity that our planet has to offer.
So I'm in Costa Rica. We made it.
After getting acquainted with the capital city of San Jose, one of my first stops on this trip was the small town of La Fortuna. In Spanish, La Fortuna literally translates to the fortune. It's known for its infamous waterfall, hot springs, and the Arenal volcano. After almost 400 years of inactivity, this volcano began erupting in 1968 when it exploded and buried over 15 square kilometers of land in boiling lava. This active eruptive cycle lasted for 42 years until the volcano became inactive again in 2010. And aside from being a sightseer's dream, its terrain happens to be perfectly sculpted for many popular hikes, one of which I'm about to embark on. Over my few days in La Fortuna, I heard from locals that hiking the volcano with a tour guide is optional, but not necessary. If you stick to the marked paths and keep your map on hand, there's nothing really to worry about. So, following my intent of exploring and seeking discomfort, I decided to spend my last day in this beautiful town, hiking the volcano in the jungle, all by myself.
Hola.
Buenas, ¿cómo estás?
Buenos días.
Ok, este es el mapa.
Okay.
Estamos aquí. Empieza a la derecha. Y aquí hay un pequeño puente, puede descender número 3. Por acá derecha, luego izquierda, 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 izquierda. Derecha, rocas de la lava, lago verde, vuelve a regresar. Puede regresar por la carreterita o regresando por el bosque.
Okay.
Unas 2 horas. Okay, ahí hay un mapita.
Good morning. We're gonna hike around the volcano. It's gonna take about 4 hours. I'm completely alone. There's nobody here because it is 8 a.m. They just opened, and this is the view. This is what we're working with. That's where we're hiking, and I'm already getting tired, and I literally just started. So good luck to me, and this should be fun. We're gonna hike a volcano in Costa Rica.
Volcano's there, you can see it, and I'm like, I want to go explore it. I want to go on a hike. So I done some research and had originally planned to go with a tour guide and like in a group, but I had met someone. He was like, yeah, I have the best place that you can go. I go there all the time. Like, it's all good. And I was like, great. Like, let's do this. It wasn't like it was like a sketchy thing. It was like you're allowed to go there, but it just wasn't one of the super popular ones. And that's where I ended up going.
We've just started the part where I'm going up hills. Look at all these steps. The views are stunning. If anybody has the chance to go hike through the jungle, it's full of so many sights and sounds. It's just so relaxing. It's so peaceful. It's so beautiful. So diverse, and it's just incredible the amount of things that are everywhere. Like, you look around, and in this tiny little area that I am, there's probably 100 species of plants just in this area. And then you can hear all the birds, the cicadas. There's toucans and stuff out there. I don't know what they sound like, but they're there. Anyway, I'm gonna take a break, grab some water, put the camera away to actually do some hiking. I'll update you when we've made it a little further.
Being in the rainforest is a really unique experience because you're isolated from others. Just surround sound of jungle, and that's all you can hear is like the cicadas and the birds. It was beautiful. It really was beautiful. I like super peaceful, and I really loved being in there. It was pretty neat.
Oh, there are so... Whoa. That's an absolutely huge butterfly. I thought it was a bird. It looks like a sloth's face when it's closed. Wow. The camouflage of these animals is insane. Many times people have been pointing out animals like the snake we saw the other day, and it was about 3 feet directly in front of my eyes, and I think it took me about a minute to find it. What an amazing place. They've got everything here. They really have everything. Oh, is that another trail? Or am I going down and up? I thought I knew where I was. However, I thought I was on trail 1, and this is saying that I just came down trail 1, and now I'm at this little crossroads where I think this is number 4. I started on 3 and was trying to stay on 3. It appears that I am not on 3, and I don't really know where I am. Oh my god, what the heck? Oh my god. Okay, one sec. Wait. Are the arrows backwards? I think that arrow is supposed to... Wait, what? Why did I stop? Wait, I think I need to go back where I was.
I think I kind of went into survival mode, like, pretty quick. Okay, I don't know where I'm going, and I'm in the middle of the jungle by myself with all these potential predators.
I'm at a crossroads, but I got confused back there, and I didn't know which way to go, and I thought that it was right, and I was like, oh, the arrow's upside down. The arrow is not upside down, apparently. So I'm gonna change my plan just because I know where I am now. Luckily, I have this, so I'm not gonna get lost, but yeah, you could get frustrated in situations like this and upset, but I'm just gonna power through and move forward, so... What else are you gonna do? I gotta get somewhere. Alright, here we go. Trail number 4, apparently. I just read in that little map, sometimes you can see large felines like jaguars and pumas. I would be lying if I said that didn't concern me a little. What a day. I literally did get lost in the jungle.
It really hit me that I was just by myself in the middle of nowhere. I was terrified. I definitely won't forget the moment that I read that and I was like, I'm in the jungle by myself, and I could encounter like a jaguar.
Okay, so some bird just flew right over my head. I'm a little on edge now because of what I just read. I think this is one of those situations where you gotta control your mind. It's what you decide to think. I can't like just helicopter out of here or something. It's quite a long way, so I'm kind of stuck. You know, I can walk and be scared the whole time, or I can just enjoy where I am and deal with any situation when it comes. You know. Well, now we're hearing sounds. I'm gonna get going and get to the next place, I think. The other thing is like I'm in deep forest. Oh, there we go. I assume this has got to be relatively safe because people hike here all the time. I just got to enjoy it. If I think about being scared, and I won't enjoy it, and I will be scared.
I just read that these big cats sometimes can be seen on the hike, and then I heard something which to me sounded like a roar, and I was, okay, here we go. Like that's what I started thinking. It just sounded like a lion roaring. It was the first thing I thought of. I was like, that is like a lion. Hearing something like that in real life, it was like, kind of didn't feel real for a second. It's like, oh yeah, you know, like I've heard that. I know what a roar sounds like. But then it kind of set in that I was like, that was coming from an animal. And it was loud enough that I could hear it, which means that it is close.
I'm at a little bit of an opening, which is kind of nice. I've been trapped in the trees for like an hour and a half. We're at another crossroads here. I don't really know where we are, people. Gotta figure out where we are again. So this makes no sense again. I just came from trail number 4, right? And now this says trail number 4 is that way, which was where I came from. I think we're here. This is so confusing. I'm not sure if I would recommend doing this by yourself. I don't really have a choice at this point. You know, here we are. I've decided to take the exit just to see where I am. And it says there's a lake 600 meters from here, but the map and the trails at the moment don't make any sense. What I see on the map and what I see on the trails is not the same. So a lesson from today seems to be either go with a guide or go with someone else if you do this. Otherwise, you may end up in my situation, which I don't know if I recommend.
It wasn't really much of an escape plan. Like, you can't get out quickly. It's not possible. You have to just like run, I guess, if you were wanting to. If something would have happened, I would have been screwed, I guess.
This is the stop. This is where we ended up. It's just gorgeous lookout over top of the rainforest. Jungle? Rainforest? Is it just a forest? I don't know what it is. I know where I am now. We're by the cows. I think I'm gonna go back to where I was and go for a little walk. And then I know where the lake is now. It's not as far as I thought it was, so I am going to go back in where I came from. We're off deep into there. Let's get going again. Whew! Hiking in the jungle, baby. Hiking in the jungle. At least I found where I needed to go. And it's like I said, there's no need to worry. Worrying about things or overthinking them only makes things worse. And that was what I was starting to do. And I've done that a couple times on this trip. And it doesn't help. It doesn't help anything. It just makes it worse. What an amazing place to be.
I stopped a couple times while I was walking, just because things were so pretty. Like, even though it was scary, I also knew that like that's probably the last time I will be in that situation. It was a very unique experience and I didn't want it to pass by.
Check this out. So they've got all these vines everywhere, and I've always wondered like how strong they are. And I'm pulling on it like I can see how they could use it as rope, because you pull on it and it doesn't break. Now that's the really thin stuff, but there's a bunch of these like thicker ones. Here's more of it right here. Look at all this. It would be definitely such an experience to like live here naturally for a little while with some indigenous people of the area, to see how they do things, because they just have so much like access to everything. Like here we are again. Those are all vines. Huge tree. They've got these palm leaves. Are those palm leaves? No, those aren't palm leaves. Those are, I don't know what those are. But we've got those. Oh, it's starting to rain. Here we go. It's raining. It's raining in the rainforest. I feel like I've already been here. You know, I have no idea where I am. I'm gonna walk this way and what was that? Is that one of those monkeys?
Let me introduce you to the Central American mantled howler monkey. These little guys are only around 2 feet tall, and although they may look innocent, howler monkeys are considered to be the loudest animals on planet Earth. Yeah, you heard that right. These monkeys are known for their lion-like roars that can be heard up to 3 miles away and can reach up to 140 decibels in volume. For reference, a jet engine taking off measures in at around 150 decibels. Now, unlike you, I didn't have the good fortune of learning this information from a video on the internet, so the footage you just watched is actually me hearing the loudest animal on planet Earth for the first time while being lost in the jungle all by myself.
What was that? Wow, this is beautiful. Check this out. Look at this. You gotta check this out. Look how beautiful that is. I don't know what that sound is. It is full on raining. I'm gonna put the camera away, but this is gorgeous.
Even though I was scared and I was like trying to get out of there, me taking an extra 3 minutes wasn't gonna make a big difference. I wanted to just enjoy it, and I'm glad I did. It was one of the most beautiful things I think I've experienced. The full immersion in that moment was just nothing. There's nothing that I can compare it to. You just have to experience it. It was absolutely beautiful.
Okay, it's raining really hard now. Like I said before, there's just so much beauty everywhere. I wanted to just take a minute to stop and enjoy it. Look how big this tree is. I'm gonna try to give you an idea of how big this tree is. Wow, it's so big. Some of these things, as crazy as it sounds, I feel like I've already seen, like some of these stairs and these things. So I think I'm walking back towards like on the path I started, but I took a different one to go another way. I don't know what's going on. I think I'm going the wrong way because I'm going down stairs and I'm seeing things that I think are similar. If I see a bridge that I've already been on, I guess that's how I'll know that I've already done it. But, well, there it is. This is the bridge I was already on. I'm literally back where I started. You know, I probably should have stopped and thought for a second when I saw two groups of people go in the opposite direction of me. But I was like, no, people can go whatever way they want. I was wrong. I'm gonna try to get back to that opening that I was at. I'm not gonna go all the way up all these stairs again, just because I went the wrong way. Oh my gosh. Life is unexpected. Your path is never the one that you intend it to be. Maybe that's a little reminder. If you plan to take a certain path and you get lost, and sometimes you have to go back on the same path and relearn things or do things again. But eventually, you'll find your way to where you need to go. As long as you're not too tired to get to where you need to go. Okay, so I'm at the place where I first said I got lost. And this is why. I just walked up here, and then I came to this. There's like exit, random trail, and then this, which says trail free, which is literally where I came from. And I was like, yeah, I know, I just came from trail free. However, right there, it's in a terrible place because it's literally pointing right there, but it actually means that you go up that way for trail 3. I'm not gonna do that because I know what's this way because I've already been there now. Terrible sign placement. It really confused me. So back to what we've already done. I'm getting picked up in an hour and I've tried to make it to the place I want to go like 3 times, and what is that? And there's live animals, so this is not exactly a pleasant experience so far. I'm gonna keep walking.
And all of a sudden I heard this rustling. It was close, like probably within 10 to 20 feet of me. It was close enough that I could hear it rustling the leaves. And I instantly thought it was a jaguar. And I'm like, that's it, like it's right there. I turned around to leave and then I realized that my camera was up there, so I had to like grab my camera, put it away, and the footage doesn't really show it, but I like feel like I was moving at like lightning speed. I was trying to get out there as quick as possible, and then I just bolted because I had no idea what that was, and I kind of immediately just like expected the worst. That noise was most likely from a peccary, which is probably better known to you as a sibling of the wild boar. That's right, I almost came face to face with Pumbaa. Well, not really. Pumbaa's a warthog, and that's different, but whatever. Moving on. When I was a young warthog! Unlike wild boars, which are known to be aggressive, peccaries are usually less dangerous when encountered. But the thing is, if you meet one, you'll probably meet anywhere from 50 to 300 others. These guys tend to travel in herds of large numbers, which means that it's probably a good thing I ran out of that area pretty fast. I most likely wasn't in direct danger, but that little guy was pretty loud, which means I was closer to it than I should have been. And I don't know about you, but hearing ominous, indistinct animal sounds right beside you in the jungle isn't exactly comforting, regardless of what's making the noise.
So I've now been walking for like 3.5 hours and I can't seem to find my way out. I'm gonna try to go back to the big opening and follow that. Hopefully there's I think there's a paved road that goes directly to where I need to be picked up. And by the time I get there, it should be probably pickup time. So it's looking so far like no lake views and no volcano views on this hike, but definitely an experience. You know, I said I wanted to come and have some adventures, so I guess that happened. I've been blessed with an adventure. I'm going on an adventure! I think it's right up here. Oh man, I'm hot and tired now, I'll tell you that.
Eventually I was just like, I need to just get out of here. I realized that I was going over the same spot over and over and over again, and I was like, I know which way is like the first opening, because it was the only time that I had actually left the jungle.
You know the worst part about all of this is that literally before I came here, I was like joking, haha, like what if I got lost in the jungle? And that's looking to be a little more realistic than I thought.
And then I finally got probably like 100 feet or whatever away from the entrance into the jungle. I was able to kind of like take a breath. I didn't realize how loud it was in there. The average ambience of the jungle is like really loud. And on top of that, it's also dark because there's a lot of trees, right? So there's not much light that's getting in. It's not like it's pitch black, but it's not bright. So I didn't realize that until I made it out. And I was like, it's so bright, it feels so open, there's no trees, and it's so quiet. And that was the first time I think I was able to take a breath and go like, okay, like I made it out, I'm gonna be okay. I haven't made it back, but I've made it out of that, and it's gonna be all right.
The adventure is not done yet, but I think I found the exit I was looking for. It's so hot, so much walking. It's so peaceful out here. I just came out of the jungle and it's like this kind of pasture type thing, a bunch of grass. It's gorgeous, it's so peaceful. Just want to take a couple breaths and just like soak it in. I'm so hot right now, but this is just gorgeous.
The beauty and peacefulness of the rainforest is something that I don't want to gloss over. Although my adventures were fun, I think the most impactful experiences I had were in silence, observing nature. Hopefully one day you too can venture into the jungle somewhere and experience this for yourself, but for now, here's a glimpse of the beauty that our planet has to offer.
I just came out of that area. I finally found where I need to go. So I've got a road back. Everything's gonna be okay. But look at this. That's the volcano there behind me. It's just, it's all so gorgeous. Everything is so cool. Look how fast the clouds are moving. It's like Juan had said yesterday. You can have like this where it's cloudy and then in 20 minutes it could be fully open. You could see everything in blue sky. So things are unpredictable, apparently. Now, after all that, I'm actually gonna be late, probably, for my pickup. He's arriving in like 13 minutes, and I have no idea how far I am. I think they said a kilometer. No freaking way. Huh? You see that right there? That's where I started. I needed to be back for 12:30. You can't see that. You can't see that at all. It's 12:30. Exactly. What an absolute crazy adventure.
I think your mind is really, really powerful. You can basically create whatever reality you want in your brain. It's really all about how you perceive an experience and not how it actually is. I remember probably about 30 minutes in getting kind of worried that I was by myself. I kind of had this quick conversation with myself. I was like, I can focus on this, but that's not going to change the fact that I'm here by myself and that really nobody can help me. So I can sit here and worry about that, or I can just like move forward and just worry about like enjoying where I am and getting through that experience. You can't control what happens to you, but what you can control is your reaction to that situation. And I think that was the biggest thing that I learned from this experience, is that I'm in control of my mind up here in the way that I feel.
Yeah, you could get frustrated in situations like this and upset, but I'm just gonna power through and move forward. So what else are you gonna do? I gotta get somewhere. Okay, onward.
I think the best part of all of this was that I did it. Like I made it out and I actually had this experience, so I can share it with people because it's pretty ridiculous. Like I've told some people and they're like, you what? Having that like memory and the knowledge that I did it is pretty crazy.
Come on. I mean, is there any better place to film a video than in the middle of the jungle hiking a volcano? That's where we are right now. The answer is no. There is no better place. This is incredible.
And I'm just glad that I have this story to tell, and I hope I'm able to share it with everybody to the best of my ability, because nobody's ever gonna experience it the way I did, but I want others to get as close as possible.
Cool. So we're ending off with a little rain. I'm gonna go get in the car. That's it. We made it back. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining me, and see you later. Hola.
Would I do it again? Now that I have done it, definitely won't do it again. And I also don't recommend that anybody else does this by themselves, because it is unsafe, and I now know that. I wouldn't take it back, I guess is what I'll say, because I'm glad I have had the experience. I'm glad that I did it, and then I'm able to talk about it, and that it shaped me in a really, really unique way, because it's something that has never happened to me and will never happen to me again. There's Harrison before he went into the jungle, and there's Harrison after he came out of the jungle, and I really think that those two people are very different. I wouldn't change it, wouldn't erase it from my life, and I'm glad it ended the way it did, but don't do it. Don't go out of the jungle by yourself.